Rich from the National Federation of Builders. It's not just professional constructors who are being affected by rising costs and delays with certain materials. DIY enthusiasts are affected by this too. Neil Mackay is from Mackay's hardware store in Cambridge. Hi, Neil.
Morning, Dotty.
What products are proving difficult to get hold of then?
Well, it's a pretty wide range of things. In particular, things that are associated with metals. Our steels there's very restricted supply on that side of things. Even through to things like ladders, where a lot of the production maybe, or the actual completion of the product is done in this country, but the raw materials come from abroad.
And what are you being told the problem is in getting hold of stuff?
Well, right the way through, I mean, to use the cliche of COVID and Ukraine, we've had a situation where the logistics industry have had a very challenging time. Right across, over in China, where a lot of our materials come from, they put on export controls. They occasionally simply close ports. So our exporters or our importers may well have products logged onto ships to come here, but all of a sudden the Chinese will close the port or stop exporting for any given reason. So it's very difficult to predict.
Is all this pushing prices up? Are you having to put prices up in store?
It has, we try to hold them down as much as possible, but eventually, we're affected like everybody else with rising costs, rising labour costs, rising heating, and all our general costs of running a shop, and there is a knock-on effect, and eventually we do have to.
What do you do if someone comes into Mackay's, Neil, and says, I need a ladder, and you haven't got one? I suppose a ladder's quite a tough item to work around. You can't really suggest that they grow wings.
Indeed so. Well, our main supplier is based over in Wales, and they are very good, and they have worked out a way of delivering ladders all over the country on a next day basis. But of course, they have to actually have the ladders to do it. Everybody has sort of had to adapt through all of these massive changes we've had over the last 3 years, most of them totally unpredictable. That's the beauty of being a small independent business. We tend to be able to react very quickly and change direction and change our supply. Some of the larger organisations find that hard to do.
Neil, good to talk to you. Thank you very much for coming on the show. Neil Mackay of Mackay's hardware store in Cambridge. You find them on the big East Road roundabout with Elizabeth Way. Let me know, if you've got a DIY project that you've been trying to get on with,